So I'm streaming again by solving the technical issue, and I think for tomorrow it won't come because that problem is there, and the main problem is with my camera. See, again it is stuck. So camera, I have ordered a new camera so that it will come by Saturday. Maybe by that time I will stop the camera because anyways I have to screen share. So that is there, and see the 15-minute streaming which was done. I covered something, so that will be there on the channel. So we were doing this, we completed this align align content, and we are doing this align self. And for align self, I made this thing as the align items like this flex start I've done. So everything is moved to the start. Then we were learning about align self. So what is this align self? One sec. So yeah, I'm visible. So sometime, let me one sec, let me check there whether I am visible or not on my mobile. Yeah, I think I'm visible. Yeah, I think I'm visible. So yeah, so we were doing this align self, which overrides the align item. So now what will happen here? Okay, so I'll do a align self of flex and and see, the second one will be moving to the end, and align self of flex start is like, it will be the start only, and then align self of flex align self of center. I'm going to do align self of center. I'm going to do, so to move the center. So align self overrides the align items. That is it. So now we are going to do a different thing. Okay, one sec. Okay, now we are going to do what? We are going to do the a very important property in Flexbox, which is known as a flex property. It is again an individual property. See, in this side, whatever is coming from the right left hand side, it is like the parent property, which is the main property. And the right hand side, whatever is there in the side, this is a children property, which is like, it is also important, but there are more parent properties are there. Okay, so that is there. Now one sec, we are going to take a new flex box, because this is something different which we are going to learn now. So I'll do a flex box of 3. And again, index.html and style.css and flex box 3 link css and system. Exactly, let me put the basic thing now. So here we'll have a div of container, and at this time we have a different kind of a container which we have some emojis this time. Okay, so let me go live also here, and it is live. I'll refresh it, and we'll have some basic styling again, and it will be the same kind of styling which we have seen till now. Okay, so save it, and it will be shown like this. So 1 2 3 4, one after the another, because there is no flex box. So let us give some flex box here, and then we'll learn of the flex property. So I'll do a dot container is like flex. Dot container is not flex, it is display flex. Display flex I'll do. So it will become one after the another. Okay, so for this property I have to actually increase a bit of size here. So increase the size. This is a normal size screen which I just now increased. So see, there is a lot of empty space here. Okay, so what to do with this empty space? So there is a property known as flex of one. Generally it's a combination of three properties, but it is recommended to use the shorthand property, and we use the shorthand property most of the time. But I'm going to tell the this longhand properties also, like but that thing we generally don't use. We only use the shorthand properties in most of the projects. Okay, so like this, it is a lot of empty space is there. So now what will happen, this box is the class which is in all the divs. So I'll come here and do a dot box and flex one, save it and see. Now what will happen, whatever the empty space was there, it is distributed among all of them. Whatever the empty space was there, but it is distributed among all of them. Flex means that only. Okay, so that is there. And now it is 9-6 hacker status. When do I started giving attendance at 9-6? Attendance is always given at the end on these things. Okay, so don't always go for the participant certificate. There were 3 action takers today, and 5 action takers actually, who completed the projects which we generally give, and they were invited to our special WhatsApp group. They are also set up to do the one-to-one with me, and they will also get my book for 2,500. Okay, so those things happens to the action takers. So please try to do this completion certificate, not this participation certificate only, and those have some project assigned to it. So today also I put it on my LinkedIn. And if you want to have that personal one-to-one with me, if you want to come in that group, in which group of action takers, in which I will help guide you to get a job or a internship, so you have to complete some projects. Okay, so that is there. So more of this, that's LinkedIn. On my LinkedIn I have given today those things. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Okay, so that is there. And display container flex one I have given. See, everything will be the space, whatever was remaining, it will be distributed among them equally. So now what will happen if I do a dot box 2 is as flex 2, I will give and save it. See, the second one will have more space. Second will have more space than the remaining of it. What more space? What if the empty space, whenever the empty space was there and it was distributed among themselves, so second one will get more space. Second one will get more space. Okay. So now we are going to look into the individual properties. And for the individual properties, what we are going to do here, individual properties, I am going to comment out this, all of this, and then only these two will be remaining. Let me make it small only this time. So now what we are going to do, I'll make this box one, and this is also one. I'll do save it. So both of them are distributed equally, but this individual property, I can give it like this also, 1 1 0. It means flex flex grow of 1, flex shrink of 1, and flex basics of 0. Okay, it means that if I do it, it will be 1 means 1 1 0. So it will be done like this. So now we are going to look into them individually. How? The first thing we are going to look into is the flex basics property. So what is this flex basics? We are going to remove this, and we are going to do it flex basis property. It is like 400 pixel, and here flex basics is as 300 pixel. Okay, so see, so what happened right now, flex basic is, it means the default size of the element with the remaining spaces distributed. Generally we in the short form we take it as 0, because it is basically the width only. It is the width only. So it is like 400 and 300 pixel I have taken. Okay, so that is there. Now there is the main property is the flex grow property. Flex grow property means to how to distribute the free space between item, and that is the main property. So we'll do that, and the flex grow as 2 and flex grow as 1. I'll do save it. So flex grow as 2 means it has taken twice of the empty space, and it has taken only once of the empty space. Okay. Now there is a third property known as flex shrink. And flex shrink, if I give, okay, I will come here and do a flex shrink of 5 and flex shrink of 1. I'll do this thing. So now what will happen in the main view? In the main view, it will have no effect. But if I make it a bit smaller, see, it is shrinking 5 times more than the 1. It is shrinking 5 times more than the 2. It means how much it will shrink in the mobile view. So this is all about flex. Okay, so actually Flexbox is done. I want to, before moving to CSS Grid, we're going to do grid, maybe one or two topic of grid we are going to do. Before moving to the grid, I want to tell one more thing, which I generally tell in my all of my paid classes and all. So there is a very good game that is a general assignment I give to people. There is a very good game to learn Flexbox, and that game is known as Flexbox Zombies. Do play with this game along with the teachings which I have done, or through the link which I have given. And if you play this game, you'll be very good in Flexbox. See, there are only two ways to be good in Flexbox. One is to complete this game, and the second way is to do CSS this fundamental projects, which we have a lot in our site. We have a lot in our YouTube channel. We have a lot of them. Mawsam has done a lot, and maybe I will also do some in the future. So those are the two ways to learn Flexbox. And this game is actually very good animated. It's an award-winning game, and it has got all the music and all those things. So if you complete it, you'll be very good in Flexbox. It has got some story and all also. So I'll do the next. So now it generally gives you have to write something like here. It is like a person who is killing something. So see, the music is also coming. Display flex. I will write, and I have gone. So like this you have to do here. Okay, and flex direction. There is a row and there is a row reverse. So this is how it works. So this you play this game. This is one of the best game out there. Okay, so maybe I will paste this in the chat also. Flexbox Zombies. Okay, so that is there. And as I told, we are going to start with grid now. So what is CSS Grid? CSS Grid was released in 2018. It is like the advanced form of Flexbox. It has got all the property of Flexbox plus some more. And CSS Grid is actually, I find CSS Grid much more better than Flexbox because it has got some it has got more things. So it generally takes me 2 days to teach CSS Grid because it contains a lot of things. It is not like Flexbox, like 3-4 things are only there. A lot of things are there. Okay, so let us start it with grid. And again we are going to have a new folder which is like a grid 1, and index.html, and it is also layout technique. And you can use any one of them, or both of them, or sometimes you can use both of them in combination also. Nobody is stopping you. You can use Flexbox and CSS in combination. So that is like that. And do it, and here grid 1, save it, go live. So nothing is there. Let us have some item now. Save it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, one after another is coming. Now what we are going to do, we are going to have some common styles again, and this common styles is having something known as root variables. So root variables are like CSS variables which you can keep at one place, and then you can use it later on. So after this we just have some linear gradients and all, and we are also centering everything with Flexbox. Centering in the sense means, so if I save it, and the link was not done, so it is not coming. So link CSS, save it. So see, it will come, it will show like, it will be shown like this. Okay. One after another, and it is also a bit of center. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 9 10, it is shown like this. Okay, so let us start with the grid now. So grid, again, it is given in the parent, again parent, like container, like the Flexbox. So come here and come here and dot container and display of grid, and I'll do, and let us see what is happening. Nothing is happening. But in Flexbox, if you're giving display of flex, a lot of things was happening. Yeah, Flexbox is over. Flexbox is over. It was started yesterday also. Means half of it was done yesterday and half of it is done today. And today we had some technical issues. So today there are two parts. Means one part was done. Okay, so Flexbox is not that much big. The bigger thing is a grid. Okay. So grid is there. So if you do grid, display grid, so nothing happens. Like the, if I do flex here, we were doing flex, it was all moving here. But in a grid thing, it doesn't happen. Grid is actually much more powerful than flex. So one of the reason is that with grid we can grid is bi-direction, means two direction. It is from means Flexbox is one directional. Why? Because we have a property of flex direction which you keep on changing, like row, column. That is something which I personally don't like in Flexbox. Grid is having a row also and a column also. You can control it in the both places. So I'll do a grid template column is a property, and repeat. We're going to learn about repeat. Grid is a lot of things. Okay, 200 pixel and 500 pixel. It means there will be two columns will be created. One of 200 pixel. This column is of 200 pixel and one is of 500 pixel. So this is on a grid template columns. This is how we create the columns. Now we can create the rows also. We create the rows with grid template rows, and I will create it with 200 pixel, 100 pixel and 300 pixel. Okay, so I will create it like this. So see, now the rows are also created. This is 200 pixel, this is 100 pixel, and this is 300 pixel, like this. Okay, so there was not enough space, so enough rows we have given. So 7 and 9, there are no rows are there. Okay, so this is neither like this. We can get a give a bit of gap also, gap of 5 pixel I can give, and see a gap will be there. Gap is like this, all the way around the gap will be created. Okay, so that is there. Now the next thing, before learning the next thing, I want to tell one more thing here. See, grid, I'm using a special browser known as Firefox Developer Edition. This is not a Firefox browser. This is not, anyways, this is not a Chrome. This is a Firefox, but it's a Firefox Developer Edition. This is a special kind of browser which have got a lot more developer tools, because it is known as Developer Edition. So you can download it. It is available for all platform, for Windows also. Everything it is available. So download this thing. What happens in this, only in this browser only, we have got some special tools for grid. Nowhere else we have those tools. Okay, so some special tools for grid are there. Like if I right click here and inspect, and if I go here, see this grid thing I'm getting. This is not even in Chrome, and I'll click it. So I'll get all the grid thing, like how many grids are there, what is the number, 1 2 3, all those things I will get. This is only here. So here I want to tell, there are a lot of other features which we are going to use, but here I want to tell one thing, which is the explicit track and the implicit tracks. Okay, so explicit tracks. Okay. So this, see these dashes. These dashes are more. These are known as explicit tracks. They've happened because I've given this thing. Okay. If you're not able to see this, I will increase the font size. So these dashes. These are like these dashes. And now the last two one are these dot dot dot. They're known as implicit tracks. Implicit tracks because they are formed because there was no rows given for that. So there was no rows given for that, so this implicit tracks were formed. So this implicit tracks we can also give some sizes for them, for implicit tracks. So I can use something known as grid auto rows as 150 px. I give and save it. So see, this last two will be 150 pixel, 150 pixel. So this is like this. Okay, so that is there. And Okay. Now we are okay. One sec. Okay, I'll give the attendance is mark your market readiness here. So we are going to look into one more thing before closing today, and for this I will have another new folder, grid 2. I will have index.html and style.css. To link css and have some items again, and have some same kind of common styles again. Go live. Okay, so grid 2 is again the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, all these things are there. So now we are going to learn about sizing tracks. Okay, sizing tracks we are going to learn. Again, we are going to come here in the style.css. We are going to go, and then dot container is display of grid and gap of 20 pixel. I'm going to do, and save it, and see the gap of 20 pixel will come. So now we are going to try to use the grid template column of maybe 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, and we'll think that it will come equally. But see, the fourth one is cancelling. Why? Because it is 25 pixel plus 25% plus 20 pixels. So it is not a good way to give the thing. So we are not going to use these things. We are going to use something like different thing. So I'll again going to make it 5 to 20 pixel and 150 pixel, and then I will also have a border of 5 pixel solid black. I'll have, and save it. So a solid black kind of a border will be there. Okay, so that is there. Now we are going to look into a very good property which is known as a FR. Okay, FR is means free space. This is somewhat equivalent to the flex property which we have seen in flex. Or the flex property is always applied to the children. It is applied to the parents. See what I am going to do. I am going to make the third column. See, two columns are already there. Third column has one FR. If I make it as one FR, the third one is taking here. See, means whatever the empty space was remaining after 200 and 150 pixel, it is taking the complete of it. Okay, so like this, it is known as one FR, free space. So similar to this, if I make it as one FR, I want four columns. Then one is one FR, one is two FR. Means whatever the empty space was there, one part is coming to this one FR and two part is coming to this two FR. So this is like this, one FR and two FR. Okay, so similar to this, we have like another property which is known as a auto. So auto means whatever the space is, a bit of margin and the padding is there, it will be according to that. And in this, what will happen, if maybe in the 7 one, I will write my name and spell my name correctly. So see, it is standing. And see one more thing, all of this column, it is standing with it, so it works like that. Okay, so it works like that. Okay, so now Now we have seen this repeat thing coming so much. Okay, coming again and again when I was giving it. So what is this repeat thing? So let us understand what is this repeating. Suppose after this I have like this auto, one FR, one FR, and two FR. Repeat is basically a shortcut. Instead of this, I can write REPEAT, repeat two times, one FR, save it, and same thing is coming. So similarly, I can do a pattern also with the repeat. Maybe a pattern is there: one FR, two FR, one FR, two FR. I have a pattern like this: one FR, two FR, one FR, two FR. Okay, so like this I have. So instead of giving it like this, I can come here and do a repeat two times, one FR, two FR. Save it, and it is coming like this. Same, it is coming. So with this, we will end today here only because we have covered a lot, and we'll end it here. And hope you're able to see me. Hope I'm not stuck again. My as I told, and at 10 p.m. today we have got another streaming, and which I used to do earlier also, but I have started again. It is to solve student queries. Okay, it is like a career counseling kind of a thing which we are going to have at 10 today. Okay, so and I'm planning to have it every Wednesday at 10 p.m. IST. So I know it's a bit might be a bit late, but you can come there and ask any of your queries, or I will answer some of the things which I have. Okay, so at 10 p.m. today on the channel we have, so please come at 10 p.m. and ask any of your queries, like I'm a mechanical engineer, I want to get into coding, I am a final year student, I want to come into coding, what path I should take. All those are career related questions. Okay, so don't ask, show me your code and ask some technical questions. For that you can ping me. Okay, just ask the career related questions, maybe like that, what path I should take, what languages I should learn, what languages are good, all those things you can ask me. And generally those questions I do it on my weekend workshop or boot camp also. But this is something everyone have some personalized questions, they can come and ask that. Okay, so with this I will end this stream, and I'll meet you all at 10 p.m. IST. Thank you.